Okay, so the idea behind this video, this training video, you could say what it is. It's a training video. It's a premium video that goes along with your PDF, which is giving you, in this particular one, it's giving you information on how to deal with a family court judge or professionals in the name of the Custodey Magazine. So this is basically something else I'm doing here. So you've got your free version, which gives you basic information. Then you've got your full Monty magazine, which doesn't give you me. And then you've got the premium deluxe version, which gives you all of the above and more, because this is going to give you some training that you won't be able to get from pages. It's going to give you my perspective on stuff as well. And let's just crack on, I suppose, and see where this leads. In section 1, we're obviously talking about how not to piss the judge off. This is obviously the extended version. Now, short, simple, serious court advice for parents, and this is unfiltered. Yeah. Let's continue this magical journey of emotional self-sabotage and how not to do it, basically. Because when the judge speaks, it's not a suggestion, it's not a group discussion, it's not your moment to freestyle like you're on Britain's Got Fucking Victims. It's every time you answer a different question than the one the judge has asked, the judge loses the will to live. So, for example, mock question number 1, judge will ask, have you tried to communicate with the other parent? The bad answer, the emotional disaster. I tried to. I've sent 57 messages, 12 emails, and 1 singing telegram, and she ignored every one. I even posted a video on her of her parking like a twat. Still nothing. The right answer would be, yes, I've used the agreed platform and kept the child focused. I've documented all the attempts and avoided escalating things. Why it wins? Because it's calm, it's factual. Not filmed on a GoPro out of spite. You might have, next question. Do you understand why the court ordered indirect contact? Bad answer would be, yeah, no, I think it's a joke. She's the one brainwashing them. I'm stuck writing letters like it's Victorian, it's the Victorian era. Right answer would be, yes, I understand the court is acting in the best interest of the child. I'm committed to rebuilding trust so the direct contact becomes appropriate again. Playing the games, jumping through the hoops. Yeah. Why it wins is because you sound like a grown-up, not someone who's should be monitored with a clipboard and tranquilizer darts. You then got has the conflict ever affected your children? Your child? My hair's a bit fucked, isn't it? Has the conflict ever affected your child? Bad answer is, yeah, no, well, it acts like her, it hurts, screams like her, slams doors like her, and refuses to eat anything. It isn't shaped like a dinosaur. Good answer is, I've noticed some emotional withdrawal and increased anxiety. I'm concerned it's linked to the ongoing tensions, and I'm taking steps to reduce this environment. And why that wins? Think about it. You're focusing on the child. You're not aggressive. You're not being passive aggressive. It's not a roasting battle. Right? For example, judge. So, do you believe the mother is a good parent? Bad answer. She once gave me the crisps for breakfast and let me watch Saw. So no. Good answer. I think there are challenges on both sides. My focus is on how we can each support the child's well-being moving forward. And why that wins, obviously, because you're not giving the judge ammo to label you as a high conflict nightmare with a snack-based vendetta. Judge would ask, why should the court believe you are co-parenting effectively? Wrong answer would be, because I haven't strangled her yet. And believe me, I have good cause. The right answer would be, because I've demonstrated calm communication, respected boundaries, and kept my child at the centre of every decision I've made when it's been difficult. And this wins because the judge is always thinking, which this one can adult under pressure, not this one needs to be chaperoned and in a padded courtroom. Here's the truth. No one tells you, and this is what I will. The courtroom doesn't reward rage, it rewards regulation. So stop reacting like someone who's still stuck in the relationship and start responding like someone who's ready to put parent to parent without permission slips from their trauma. If your kids were in the room, would they be proud of how you're speaking about their mum? Would they feel safe with your tone? Then you're moving on to section 2, which is basically emotional intelligence is your courtroom currency. So no one wins when you snap except your ex's solicitor. Yeah, so let's make one thing painfully clear, right? You are not in court to prove how upset you are. You are in court to prove how emotionally stable you can be whilst being upset. When the judge looks at you, they're not scanning you for sincerity. They're scanning you for self-regulation, which is basically your ability to stay calm when your brain wants to stage a one-man performance of Why I Hate My Ex the musical. The real test isn't your pain, it's your control. Judges expect stress, they expect tension, but what wins respect is calm under fire, language under control, and the ability to answer a question without detonating emotionally like a frag grenade in a shirt and tie. Courtroom reality check. This isn't Love Island. No, this is not. There's no dramatic zoom-ins and no slow-mo tears, no audience clapping because you stood your ground. This is family court. This is the only person impressed by your emotional outburst is your ex's legal team, quietly fist pumping under the table. Mock scenario. Judge, why haven't you seen your child? The bad answer would be because she's blocked me on everything. She's a liar. She tells the kids I don't care, and then everyone blames me. Honestly, I've tried everything, and the system just keeps letting her do it. In other words, I'm not emotionally stable. I lash out under pressure, and I'm still focused on my ex and not the child. The better answer would be there are obstacles during that time. There were obstacles during that time. I've since sought advice, initiated communication through formal channels, and I'm pursuing regular contact through the appropriate legal routes. Judge will nod. You haven't lost the plot, and you've owned it. Translation, I can think clearly, act responsibly, and prioritise a child even when things are tough. What judges are actually thinking when you answer calmly, they're not thinking, oh, how lovely. They're thinking, this parent can co-regulate in a crisis. They're not adding fuel to the conflict. They're not a threat to the child's emotional well-being. They're not a liability in a joint care agreement. And that, my friend, is how you start to win trust in a system built to avoid risk. I was only joking at being honest. Let's just kill that myth. Yep, you were being honest. Honest like a drunk mate at a funeral who dares now is the time to share how Nan once run over his hamster. There's a difference between truth and trauma dumping. Court rewards clarity, not catharsis. Emotional discipline, emotional honesty. You can feel everything, but you don't need to say everything, especially not, she's toxic. I'm not being funny, but I've had enough of this circus. Instead, pause, breathe through your nose, take your time, control the response, listen to what's being said, choose a sentence that makes you sound like you're capable of raising a child, not like someone who should have their phone confiscated before speaking. It's not easy, but that's why you use someone like me who spends time to coach you and practice this stuff. This isn't about bottling it up. It's about delivering it strategically, because your words aren't just being heard, they're being weighed. And every moment you keep your cool is one more reason the court trusts you with something as precious as a child. You don't have to be perfect. You just have to be emotionally house trained. Let's move into section 3, which is the magic phrases that save you from yourself, because brain fog is real and court isn't the place to freestyle at all. Let's face it, your brain will go blank, not if, but when, because nothing scrambles your mental wiring faster than being asked a direct question while being stared at by someone who legally controls your access to your own child. And in that moment, your mouth will want to say something like, she's just mental. I've got screenshots from 2019 to prove it. Would you like them on a PDF or a meme format? Just don't do it. Courtroom safe words. Yes, like magic spell words for grown-ups in meltdowns. Say these like you've rehearsed them in front of a mirror next time your toothbrush and regret. Could you please repeat the question? Please repeat the question. Translation, give me 5 seconds to stop my ego from self-combusting. I'd like to take a moment before I answer that. The translation is, my internal monologue is currently rated 18 plus and it needs redacting. I'm focusing on the child's well-being. Translation, I know what I want to say, but I'd like to keep custody. These phrases are courtroom fire extinguishers. Used liberally, because emotional honesty without emotional regulation is just a meltdown with punctuation. I think we're moving into section 4 now, which is exciting stuff. Now, what you've got here is what the judge is actually listening for. Yeah, and spoiler alert, it's not you crying or quoting TikTok. Yeah, she's toxic. Don't be saying that. Don't be saying that at all. Let's stop pretending this is a talent show. The judge isn't judging your tears, your trauma, or how many times you've said, for the record, like, you're in an episode of Suits. No. The judge is listening for 5 things. Do you take responsibility? Are you owning your shit? Not for everybody, not for everything, just for your bits. Even if your bit is like being terrible at texting. Own your shit. Are you being humble? Can you co-parent without tantrums? Do you know the difference between child-focused answers and a 15-minute ex-roast? Here's a clue. One wins the court, the other gets you side-eyed from the bench. Own your shit. Be humble. Show sacrifice. Offer compromise. Prepare to be pragmatic. Are you a risk? Spoiler. Constant sarcasm, rage, face like awe interrupting the judge. It's not great vibes. Are you reliable? Like, would they leave a kitten with you? Let alone a confused 7-year-old with a justice system hangover. The judge is in a monologue. It's like, sounds very rehearsed. They're calm. They're not blaming the other parent for climate change. Okay, they get to keep speaking. Keep it like that, because the moment you sound like you're an unfiltered WhatsApp voice note, you're gone. You're out. Yeah. Credibility over sympathy. Stop begging for pity. You're not an X Factor. Cut the shit. Just stop the theatre. Let's kill a myth that with the same force as you want. Let's kill the myth with the same force as you want to use on your ex's group chat. You do not win contact by proving you love your child. You win by proving the child will still be emotionally intact after 48 hours in your company. You say, I'm not doing that unless she does it too. The judge hears, I still believe life is fair and the co-parenting is a barter system. What you should say is, I'm happy to comply with what is asked of me for the benefit of our child. Why? Because it makes you sound like a parent, not a teenager negotiating chores. That's the reality. People can't get their head around it. You don't argue, sideshow. In court, credibility is currency. Sympathy is fluff. And no one wants to co-parent with a grown-up baby in smart shoes. So you need to get out of your head. This is the final section. Get out of your head and into their minds. Mindset is the mic drop, not your emotional baggage. Yeah? Here's your final truth. You can take this on, do what you want with this. This is the final truth bomb. Court is not a place to fight. It's a place to perform discipline under surveillance. You're not here to prove who's right. You're here to prove who's safe. Because when you speak in court, you're not just delivering a monologue, you're answering the real question. Can this person handle stress without coming to being a human car alarm? So here's your courtroom mantra. Say it, memorize it, tattoo it to your soul, or even your forehead, whichever, doesn't matter. I speak with clarity. I stay calm under pressure. I protect my child with truth. These are the mantras you need. Now go in there and win outcomes, not arguments. And please, for everyone's sake, leave the screenshots at home, because that's the judge's voice in the judge. That's what the judge is listening for. That's what he's thinking. And that, my friends, is the end for PDF Extra Education Premium product. Hope you've got some use out of this. Until next time, buongiorno.